This is a paid program that contains content which does not necessarily reflect the views or opinions of this station.
Welcome to this week's Consumer411. Hi, I'm Cheryl Thacker, and I'm standing here in Central Market in Southlake with Ren Knight. Ren, what do you do here at Central Market?
Well, I am the Community Relations Manager, so I always joke that my job is to preach the gospel of Central Market to everyone I know. I did that as a customer, and now I just get paid for it.
I would love for you to take us on a tour of the store. I just have to find Shanda because she's someplace around here.
Hi, look at this gelato. I got half peanut cheddar and half s'mores, and oh my gosh.
It's really good, isn't it? And she only has
she's
one
already finished
spoon.
almost
She
all
only
of
has
it.
one spoon. Let's see what's on today's show. Therma-Tru educates us on the best in fiberglass doors. Michael Ballacchino shows us the lost art of furniture making. We traveled to New York City to see our favorite soap stars salute Broadway Cares Equity Fights AIDS. Put foam on your walls and dollars in your pocket with Dow Styrofoam. We discover the new lodge and spa at Callaway Gardens. Chef Mike prepares one of his signature 7-minute dishes. D&D Services shows us how to keep cool this summer. Ren, we're now in the cheese section of Central Market here. This is outstanding, so tell us a little bit about it.
Well, cheese is one of my favorite foods, and I have to tell you what makes our cheese different is that you can actually identify that it's authentic.
You can?
Yes, it's a little trick. So on the cheese, on the rind, you'll see where there's an actual stamp, so that way you know that it is from Italy or France or wherever we get that cheese from.
I did not know that. All right,
you know.
I'm going to have you take us to the wine section next. Don't move, watch this segment, and we'll see you on the other side with the wine.
Therma-Tru Doors is a manufacturer of exterior fiberglass and steel doors.
Fiberglass doors achieve the look and feel of real wood grain, but without the problems of wood.
It's not going to rot like wood does. Doesn't split, doesn't crack, doesn't check, doesn't delaminate, and it doesn't warp. All those things wood doors do. And it's backed by a lifetime warranty not to do so.
Plymart assembles all the door components Therma-Tru supplies them with, making the entire door system under warranty by one manufacturer.
We are in Plymart's door shop, their production facility, and that's where they put all the door units together. Okay? They take all the components, the Therma-Tru components, the doors, the seals, the hinges, the weather strip, the glass, all the different components, and they assemble them here per the order or per the specification. Now the reason we do that, as opposed to Therma-Tru hanging the door, is because there is so many style and size options and configurations. There's really no way to do that in one place and ship it all over the United States. So we have Plymart here in this area where they can actually put those door units together per your specifications, and there's millions of combinations. Well, we invented fiberglass doors. We have some unique designs and some unique grain patterns, what we call AccuGrain.
You've never seen anything like Therma-Tru's AccuGrain technology. It combines the handcrafted look of real wood with the strength and durability of fiberglass.
This is a mahogany grain fiberglass door. It's made to look like a mahogany wood door, but of course it's fiberglass.
You would never know this is fiberglass.
Well, right now you see it in the raw state, and that's the way it would come to the job, and it can be painted or stained.
All right, now what does it look like with the stain?
With it stained,
This is unbelievable.
we'll flip this around, and you can see what the door looks like after it's stained.
It's amazing how much it looks like wood.
So we have designed a stain system to work with these doors, okay? And that stain system is in this stain kit, if you will, called the Therma-Tru Finishing System.
Light patterns on the door are quick and easy with Therma-Tru's SDL bars.
We're here with Manuel at Plymart, and he's putting on SDL bars, or the simulated divided light bars. We create bars that are actually applied to both sides of the glass. You can create any light pattern you want, and you don't have to wait, weeks and months to get it. And it works really well on our direct set or flush glaze products because it looks real nice and clean. It looks like it's part of the door.
Another popular door design is the flush glaze door.
A lot of people refer to this as a storefront type of style door. This is the first of its kind. You've seen this in wood for years.
Yeah.
but it's now being manufactured by Therma-Tru in a smooth fiberglass with the one horizontal panel. It has sort of that storefront look, but a lot of people want this on the front of their houses, and it gives you that true architectural look of a wood door by being direct set glass.
No other door manufacturer offers you a wider array of door styles and decorative glass options or greater value.
You dream it, we can do it on that door.
This is a problem, Cheryl.
Well, maybe in your world. You know what Ren was telling me? Ren was telling me that all the central markets have got a wall of wine like this. All the bottles are under $20, and if you need to run in and just pick your category, it makes it so simple. You just grab it and go. So see, you don't even have to think the next time you have a dinner party.
Too many choices. How could
Not
you
too many
choose?
choices.
I mean, the lime green is pretty, but I also think that this blue, I like the blue.
Yeah. While I get her out of here, take a look at this. We'll be right back. Think you can't get a custom piece of furniture made these days? Well, think again. Here at Ballakino Design, custom is just the starting point. Take a look.
I think the biggest thing is the challenge of each individual project that I do is starting over, because for the past 15 years, every single piece that I've done has been different.
Ballakino Design has been providing customers with high-end, custom furniture for 15 years. Using meticulous methods along with a rich design sensibility, Ballakino's furniture descends time and trends.
I like the challenge of the new piece. I like the challenge of figuring out how to incorporate all of the different things into it. Problem solving is, I think that's when there's a big problem, a big issue that comes up, I think that challenges me even more to figure out how can I make this work, how can I make it look good, and how can I make it function properly and still have the aesthetics that they like.
Michael Ballakino has provided clients with custom, one-of-a-kind designs in the field of modern furniture and living spaces. His work is easily recognized for its meticulous detail, clean style, and functionality.
A couple of warehouse spaces that I've gone into, and people have had like a corner that they weren't able to use. I did a cabinet for one client that actually allowed her to use the space behind a concrete column, and it rotated around that column. That was a really cool piece.
What does he specialize in?
I've done executive offices, real estate offices, full kitchens, bathrooms, every different type of piece of furniture you can imagine.
Each one-of-a-kind piece is designed for the client and their specific needs. This ensures that every piece fits perfectly into the lives of the owner. Ballakino Design is all about personalizing the furniture to meet the needs of the client.
To start off the process of doing a piece for a client, I'll sit down with them, design a piece in their home, check out the space that they've got, see what their needs are, and then from there talk about the materials that we're going to use. Well, the piece that I was working on today is it's a top for a half wall that divides a hallway from a staircase. The first part of the process, I take the template and transfer it over to the sheet of plywood. I cut out my top sheet that is going to be the actual top, sand the edge of that, get a smooth edge on that, and then flip it over, add my edge on so I've got a thicker profile, belt sand that down, put an edge on it of veneer, and then go back and trim the edges off of that, sand it 150 grit, 220 grit, and then the final coat of lacquer. I'll do 3 coats of lacquer.
Ballakino Designs makes furniture that lasts a lifetime.
The quality that I put into each of my pieces is meant to last the lifetime of the piece of furniture. I stand behind all of my furniture 100%. I've got clients from 10 years ago that'll call me if a hinge breaks or if one of the kids scratches something, I can go back and fix it for them. So, because the investment that they put into it it's a piece it's an art piece that they're planning on keeping for a long time.
Ballakino's stunning furniture also has a highly functional aspect. By utilizing the furniture's full potential, Ballakino designs not only look amazing, they work.
Some of the cool things that I like working with are the motorized lifts for TVs. Even if you've got a plasma TV and you want to hide it in a cabinet, you push a button and the TV comes up out of it.
This innovative furniture company shows that not only does form follow function, but form fulfills function.
That's the biggest thing, is being able to design something specifically for a person, and still having the creativity to come up with new ideas. I think that's the thing that keeps me going. Website is ballakinodesign.com, or you can go to custommodernfurniture.com, which is easier to spell.
Alice, tell us exactly what a foodie is and what you do around Central Market.
A foodie is basically somebody who wears this green and white striped apron who loves to help people. There'll be people here who don't cook very often, people who are excellent cooks, people who know a lot more than I do, but our job is to really focus on the individual and make sure that person leaves the store completely satisfied, completely taken care of.
I think you should take this because I really don't know the
Alice,
answer.
I am so sorry. We don't let her out that often. Take a look at this next segment. For one night only, daytime's biggest and brightest soap stars stepped out from behind the cameras and onto a Broadway stage for an evening of singing, dancing, and comedy.
Welcome to the show. How is everybody?
The third annual ABC Daytime Salutes Broadway Cares Equity Fights AIDS drew capacity crowds to New York City's Town Hall Theater and brought in a record $300,000 for the charity.
This organization is very dear to my heart. I was very proud to be asked to participate.
You're timeless to me.
General Hospital's legend, Anthony Geary, Luke himself, kept the audience in stitches with his turn as Edna from Hairspray.
I did Timeless to Me from Hairspray, and I had a ball. Absolute wonderful ball. It was just a joy.
Susan Lucci, perhaps the biggest soap star of all time, felt right at home performing on a Broadway stage.
Well, I've been very fortunate to star on Broadway in Annie Get Your Gun. I was the first to go in after Bernadette Peters and had the time of my life. Broadway, to me as an actor, has always been it. There's nothing like a live audience. And to be on stage on Broadway in this amazing city, it was wonderful.
Involved in many charities, Susan knows the importance of helping worthy causes.
AIDS affects so many people and whole families and children again. You know, all of us know someone who has been affected by this.
The evening featured 30 of the best-loved stars from All My Children, The View, One Life to Live, and General Hospital. Broadway dreams came true for All My Children's Eden Regal when she showed off her musical talents.
I sang 2 numbers. One was a song from The Drowsy Chaperone called Show Off, about a girl who keeps saying that she doesn't want to show off, but her actions sort of belie her words. And then we sang a song, a bunch of the girls and I sang a song from Chicago called Cell Block Tango. We rocked out in our fishnets and our bustiers and yelled at all the men who had wronged us. We actually changed the lyrics so that it was storyline appropriate. So I spoke about Michael Cambius, who was a very bad man and raped me, and I ended up shooting him dead. So
I'm glad to hear that one.
Yes, I know. So it was an opportunity for us to take out all of our characters' anger in song.
This year also featured Broadway stars on the soap stage. Ashley Brown and Josh Strickland performed their roles as Disney's Mary Poppins and Tarzan.
It's so nice to just be able to give back, because every night, we do our show 8 times a week and the audiences pay to come see us, and it's just nice to give our time and, just because for the love of what we do and for the love of the charity, and, Broadway Cares just does so much for Broadway and different events, and it's just a great opportunity, to help other people.
This is a great vegetable and fruit section of the store.
I
Incredible.
love it. The colors are amazing.
What is behind your back?
It's all about me.
It isn't all about you.
How'd they know?
Oh, somebody help me with her. Watch this next segment. Whether you're building your dream house or expanding the home you live in, thermal efficiency is on everybody's mind.
After the mortgage, the second biggest bill is the utility bill.
As energy costs skyrocket, let the blue color of Dow ease your concerns.
Dow makes styrofoam insulation, and it's used as a sheathing product on the construction of residential and commercial buildings.
For over 60 years, Dow Styrofoam Insulation has been the brand builders trust the most.
Styrofoam insulation is used in place of plywood on the exterior wall of a house. It's better than plywood because it keeps out moisture and it improves the thermal efficiency of the building.
One of the ways to make a home more comfortable and energy efficient is with a foam sheathing wall assembly. How does Styrofoam save you money? through increased R values.
The better the R value, and R value is resistance to heat flow, the better insulating qualities you have. Styrofoam is a closed cell extruded polystyrene. Think of it as a honeycomb where all the cells share the same cell walls.
Everyone knows what styrofoam is, but did you know there is no such thing as a styrofoam cup? Okay, so as Susie Consumer, this is styrofoam and this is styrofoam. You're going to tell me no. Why? What's the difference?
This is an expanded polystyrene. It starts out as the same raw material. This is an extruded polystyrene. This is a bunch of little beads heated up in a mold. Leave your coffee in it until it gets cold, come back and you'll see little drips on the outside. Moisture won't penetrate through here. That's why this product is used for insulation.
Lower your utility bills, reduce energy loss, and protect against moisture damage. Another great benefit from applying styrofoam is its moisture resistance.
They resist moisture. They won't let water penetrate. It won't let the humidity come through the wall cavity. Therefore, it keeps the mold from growing on the interior side of your wall.
In a typical home, up to 22% of the home's heat loss happens in the basement. When you're finishing a basement, it's a good time to insulate with a foam insulation sheathing.
If your concrete is left uninsulated, it's got the same R value as a single pane of window glass. Air infiltration is the cause of a lot of things. It's the heat transfer, moisture getting into buildings through the vapor drive, and it's also pollutants, and you talk about sick buildings, indoor air quality. All those things are contributed to air infiltration, and if you've got a tight exterior sheathing, butted together, taped joints, it eliminates that air infiltration. Okay, this is Thermax sheathing. It's used in an area where there will be people and you don't want to cover it with drywall. The reason they use Thermax is it can be left exposed in a living area without violating the fire codes. The way it's made, it's got some fiberglass built into the core of it. It's a polyisocyanurate between a sandwich of foil.
How'd you say that word?
Polyisocyanurate. We just call it polyiso.
Okay.
Okay.
That's more my world. Put foam on your wall and money in your wallet. Build value into your home with styrofoam insulation from Dow.
Well, girls, you have to smell this fresh cinnamon. This is refilled twice a week. Smell the freshness. Is that not amazing? French toast, coffee, and cinnamon's great for lowering your cholesterol too.
I didn't know that.
Yes. So what you do is you grab a little Ziploc bag and a spoon, you pull out the shelf, just scoop out as much as you want. And then there's a little code that you weigh on the scale, a little label prints out, and you get out for 3 cents, 5 cents, 10 cents.
No way.
Yes.
So you can do this instead of buying a whole container if you only need it for 1 or 2 recipes.
So if I got a little extra, I don't mind throwing it away. Because I didn't just spend $9 on something that's in my pantry for 4 years.
Exactly, it's fresh. And I have to say, probably some of my cinnamon is probably 4 years old.
So we need to get you some of this.
Such a shame. I know it really is. Take a look at this next segment while we put the cinnamon back.
The Lodge is our newest venue, 150 luxury rooms and suites. And the concept of the Lodge is that it's a lodge in a garden in a forest.
The Lodge is a feast for the eyes and a luxurious relaxation destination.
We did a very high level of garden and landscaping on the inner part with fountains and courtyards and magnificent plantings. And along with our connecting man and nature philosophy, every room has its own balcony, it has its own outdoor furniture on it. Plasma televisions, high-speed internet access, wireless internet access, everything you can possibly think of, as well as a major focus on the environment, but luxurious, down-filled duvets and feather beds on Sealy mattresses, and everything to make it as comfortable as possible.
Whether relaxing at the outdoor pool and cabana bar or eating at the Piedmont dining room, you can't have a complete vacation without a visit to the state-of-the-art spa inside the Lodge.
Spa Prunifolia is all about relaxation, restoration, and inspiration. We have a variety of guests, men and women, who come to relax and be pampered.
Within the facility's 13 treatment rooms, a full menu of luxuries await. Callaway's own style of nature-based massages, custom facials, wraps, and bath treatments will spoil every spa enthusiast. Guests are treated to privacy and comfort in relaxation lounges, couples treatment rooms, saunas, and steam rooms. The spa also has a fully equipped fitness room and retail center to take home their unique products. Pamper yourself on your next trip by scheduling a visit to Spa Prunifolia.
You can call us at 706-663-5125 to make your spa reservation.
So this isn't the normal type of bar you go to.
Not necessarily, but it's still a great bar all its own.
Well, look at this. It's an olive bar. It has every type of olive you could ever imagine.
Stuffed olive with feta cheese.
Oh my gosh. While we eat olives, watch. Want to create a master chef's dish in 7 minutes? Chef Mike is about to show us how. So Chef Mike, what are we doing here today?
We're going to make the recipe today that we're going to be doing nationwide, which we do every year with Alaska seafood and Mondavi wines and Carapelli olive oil. This is bronzed Alaska salmon with a butter wine sauce.
Yum.
Very, very simple, very, very tasty. Of course, you're going to want to use the world's finest seafood, Alaska salmon. We're using sockeye today, but then again, we're going to use one of my favorite seasonings, the McCormick Gourmet Collection. This happens to be the Cajun flavor today, Cajun seasoning, but they have a whole array of different flavors to choose from, so pick whatever you like. Of course, Carapelli olive oil, imported from Italy, truly imported from Italy, fantastic flavor. And of course, my favorite wine, Robert Mondavi Private Selection, and we're using the Pinot Grigio today. You want to make sure you start with a hot pan first, otherwise you're not really doing a true sauté. It should psh when it hits the pan. Let's go ahead and season our Alaska sockeye salmon, a little kosher salt, not too much, and we'll put on our McCormick seasonings to taste, flesh side down, and we'll let that sit for about a minute and get a good bronze on the first side.
Chef, I hear that Alaskan salmon is supposed to be really good for your health. Why?
Well, Alaska salmon is packed with the omega-3 fatty acids, which scientists believe is good for heart health. We try to have it at least twice a week in our household. And you know you're going to have a good piece of fish that's going to be heart healthy. It's going to be all natural. There's nothing going to be added to it. Alaska salmon is available fresh all summer long, but you can also get it frozen year-round. Beautiful bronzing color here. That's what we're looking for.
We're going to blister the skin.
That's correct. Now we're going to get that skin good and blistered to come off in one piece.
Chef, how do you know when the salmon is done?
Well, salmon has a built-in timer on the side. Now you don't want to overcook your salmon. You want a little bit of the red line in the middle, which is just a little underdone, because it's going to continue cooking when you take it out of the pan. You can also tell by touch. The longer it cooks, the firmer it gets. So as you see the chefs on TV a lot pointing and tapping on the food, it'll get firmer as it goes.
That's how I do cakes.
Correct.
Right.
I use the wine method when I cook my Alaska sockeye salmon. I use my Mondavi and do 1 glass for rare, 2 medium, 3 glasses is well done. Okay, let's pull the skin.
Okay.
And here's the blistered side of the skin. This is why we're going to cook it on the skin side to blister it. You just peel the corner of it and then just lift it right off in one piece. Now we're going to take our McCormick Gourmet Collection and put a little bit more on this side where the skin came off.
Yes.
Because we want both sides to taste good. Now when we're all done, we're going to add our final few ingredients. Just remember, the fish has to swim twice. Once in water, then in butter and wine. So we're going to add our pat of butter here in the corner, and we'll add our Mondavi Pinot Grigio. And we're done. Let's go ahead and plate it up.
That was so easy.
This dish, beginning to end, is only about 7 minutes. World's finest salmon, world's finest wine, world's finest olive oil. You can't go wrong when you use the 3. I call them the trilogy for the greatest tasting salmon seafood dish you ever had.
Shanda, this is my biggest downfall is bread. Bread with butter is just my favorite. And the variety here at Central Market is incredible.
It's impossible to choose.
It is
grain,
impossible.
white, wheat, you name it.
All right,
they've
well,
got
I
it.
think we need to sample a few of the breads.
I'm thinking so.
While we do that, watch. D&D Services has served the DFW area since 1987. They are an authorized dealer of Frigidaire, Carrier, and many other brands. D&D Services strive to serve you with the highest degree of integrity and honesty.
I'm not here to sell you a system. I want to know what you need first. By doing that, what we do is I interview the customer. I find out what do you need? I mean, do you have kids with asthma? Do you have a hard time sleeping at night? Is your unit noisy? What is your main concern? Anybody can go put a system in. That's quick money. But you're not going to satisfy the customer. You're not doing them a service.
Confused on when to change your air filter?
Change your filter every month when the electric bill comes. That's the number one thing I can tell a customer to do. And you'll notice on there it has airflow directional signals. All filters have them. They'll have an arrow pointing one way or another on it. You always want the air to be blowing the right way. All right, so make sure you put your filter in going the right way. It's tough to walk down to a homeowner and go, look, I'm having to charge you a service call to change your filter. Take the filter out and just visually inspect it. If it's not dirty, which in this case this one's not, we wouldn't change this one. All right, but in a lot of cases you can't see anything through them or they're real dirty. If it looks dirty, it's dirty. Change it. It's just common sense. You don't have to, it's not a real big science on it. But in this case, this one's clean. He does a pretty good job changing his every month. So that's what it should look like when it's clean. And to come out and change your filter for, a service call is, it's disheartening in a lot of cases. So change your filter when your electric bill comes in, or at least check it.
Did you know that bleach is a benefit to your air conditioner?
You should always put bleach in your drain line up in the attic. You have a evaporator coil up there that has a drain line, and usually they have a riser on there. What happens is the air conditioning system as it runs will drain water through it. Well, that water will tend to carry get an algae or a buildup in it. It's nothing that's going to hurt you, but if it clogs up, it cause you problems back up. You want to pour a quarter cup or half cup of bleach. In this one we take the tube out. We pour bleach in this hole right here. It goes down the drain line and kills any bacteria that might be in there. So that's just a couple of the minor things you can do as far as a homeowner to take care of your own thing. This is what's called the emergency drain pan. If there's water in it, it's an emergency. It's not supposed to have water in it. It's only there to catch in case the drain line clogs up or you have an actual problem with the system. So if you see water in it, then you want to get it looked at. We're not trying to take your money. If we can help you with issues in your house, whether it has to do with just the energy bills, whether it has to do with the way you live, the air you breathe, if we can help clean that up, we're here for you on that. We're not just a blow and go company. We don't come in, you don't see 14 different guys come in. We don't come in and walk all over your carpets. We respect your home. We respect you as a customer. We get 90% of our work off referrals. If you're happy with me, you might tell one person. It might be waiting until a phone call, somebody says, hey, who fixed your air conditioner? But if you're mad at me, you're gonna get on the phone, you're gonna call 10 people. I'm gonna have you mad for days. And you're gonna tell everybody about that, and we don't want that. The last thing you wanna do is walk out of that house and have that customer doubting your capabilities as a contractor. They trust in you to come out there and do the job. They're paying you a good price to do the job. And they should get something for their money. And so, I instill that in all my guys.
For more information on anything you've seen on today's show, log on to Consumer411TV.com. Ren, thank you for taking us not only on a tour of Central Market, but allowing us to be here today. This has been a lot of fun.
You are welcome. I'll have you here anytime.
We'll see you back right here next week.